What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video here with Ironsmithy. Today I'm extremely grateful to have been given the opportunity to play Star Wars Outlaws a little bit early thanks to Ubisoft sponsoring the stream today and giving us some early access. So huge shout out to them. Thank you guys so much. And first and foremost, I just want to say I came into this a little bit skeptical, coming from Skull and Bones and everything like that with Ubisoft, but I came in with an open mind, expecting the worst, and absolutely got delivered the best RPG experience I've had in a very long time. So not going to give too much away now, not going to waste much of your time. We're going to get right into the action, showing you some never before seen footage of the game as we got to demo the game for multiple days and multiple hours. I was out of town for a little bit, but we got back, we got some recording in, and we got about 5 hours worth of gameplay that I sifted through and compiled some thoughts and showed you guys some key moments in gameplay without any spoilers today. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for coming by. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll see you guys in the game right now. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have it, Star Wars Outlaws. We finally got a chance to play. Huge shout out to Ubisoft again for giving us early access to check out the game and tell you guys a little bit about our thoughts. If you hear the baby in the background, she is happy and playing in the background, so I apologize for that. But the cinematics, first and foremost, are just absolutely stunning. The storytelling, the cinematics, the gameplay experience, I was actually blown away. Coming from playing Skull and Bones with Ubisoft, which left a little bit to be desired for anybody who has played. Loved the game for what it was and stuff, but there just wasn't enough endgame content. So I came into this a little bit skeptical, but I found myself pleasantly surprised very early on. The level of interactions, the facial expressions of the characters, just all the work that the Ubisoft team did here was really impressive to me. And I had a ton of fun playing it. So throughout this gameplay, you're going to see a few of the interactions, no spoilers, nothing like that that'll give anything away. I do leave a couple cinematic interactions in for you guys to get just a bit of an idea of how good it looks and how good the voice acting is. Was just truly remarkable and was fully immersed, and I absolutely loved every second of it. And then throughout the game, you're going to have multiple kind of mini games, right? There's going to be some hacking, which we're about to see here, that you are able to use different tools. So there's going to be computer hacking, which is the splicing, and then there's going to be the lock picking that we're about to unlock here. So we finish talking to Pre-Ben, and then we move on. I do cut through a lot of the scenes to save you guys some time. Don't want to keep you guys here all day, but want to give you a good idea of what's going on. So there's a series of different things that you're able to do. You're able to send your little pet out and collect some money in some areas, and then you can squeeze through some tight spots like this with some different puzzle solving and all that. And absolutely love that. Love the fact that you can squeeze into different areas, that it's fully like open world. You're able to climb, sneak, crawl through different areas, have your pet like squeeze through areas that you can't, and get to items that you can't get to. Like they really thought about all angles when it comes to the way you can interact with the world, and put a big focus on being able to use your pet for multiple things, from fighting to looting to everything else. So I thought that was really cool. So you could use his ability like we just did there to scan the area. It was just really pleased with how smooth and fluid the interactions were with your pet, and the way it interacted with the world. So we finished it up, we get our data spike, and now it's time to go use it. So here we go. The minigame at first could be confusing, so definitely recommend going in and checking out the help option that had the arrow there like I did here to figure it out. And it's essentially just matching the beat of the that it's showing you here. So you'll see it took me a second to like quite get it, because I thought the little ticks were involved, but it's only the big beeps that you got to match the beat to. And then you're in.
Hang on, Nix. We're going up.
I'm gonna take the time to kind of shut up here, let you guys just enjoy a little bit of this quest line. It shows a couple of the different mechanics, some of the puzzle solving, some of the combat, and how we go about getting to certain areas and stuff. So I'll let you enjoy that, and I'll chime in for anything that's important.
do your thing, Nix. Just like I taught you.
Again, this was a huge thing that I really enjoyed. The fact that you can send your pet in through windows and stuff to hit different door switches and let you in. Like, I thought that was really cool. You'll see throughout the quest, we're able to use him to do quite a few things, like loot and steal things from people right in front of them, and interact with our combat as well. He's a very, very valuable asset that they built this game around for sure.
Is in the boss's office.
Boss is complaining that cryo pits are getting into the office.
Hey, so, I'm Kay, and you're gonna let me through.
You're not on the list.
Oh, my friend Preben put me on the list.
Preben should have paid more.
Listen, do you know who I am? Boss wants to see me.
Boss is at the cup. Go away before I stop fighting.
The fact that you have the different chat options there to either bribe them or bluff them, and the fact that they have different consequences and or benefits to them was something I actually truly enjoyed as well. I love the fact that you have these different chat options to kind of direct the way the story goes and which courses of actions you want to take. Later on, you're going to see how you can make these much larger decisions that will impact the entire gameplay, so giving the game some replayability, which is huge for anybody who plays RPGs. There's so many of them that we play one time and we never touch them again.
Hey,
the fact that you can branch off into different areas, you know,
He only cares about two things. Easy
bribe
money
and
fast
cheat and
speeders.
lie your way
Score
through,
yourself a
or you can be more
T85.
honest and take different approaches. Align yourself with different
shut up
factions
about
and
it.
stuff like that.
Loves it
It's
more than his mother.
it adds a lot of
You want
different
something?
tiers of
I think I got
a
what
lot
I
of different
needed.
tiers to the gameplay
Thanks.
that allows for replayability, which is super exciting.
Hey, you know anybody who owns a T85?
Yeah, that's my ride.
Nice speeder. Some scrub rats are outside trying to jack it.
What? Get out of my way. No one scraps my Jobin. I just got it modded.
That worked.
Allowing for the ability to do stealth takedowns as well as be loud.
pick that
Obviously,
log. Grab
there's
the
different
identity card.
consequences that'll come if you don't sneak around, right? Alarms can be set off and everything else, but it gives you the option to play kind of the way you want to, unless it's like a specific stealth mission. But I love that you kind of can take those different approaches, either be stealthy and
Look at
sneaky
that.
and try to do it in and out without anybody noticing.
Oh, come on,
Um,
Preben. Your plans didn't have
And
a pressure
also
switch.
the chance to like take your blast around and go to town. The aiming and the combat was really good, very fluid, and the reload system is pretty nice as well. I love that it's a bit of a mini game when you overheat the gun. Very cool, and gives you a bit of a different, you know, play style to it than just your typical looter shooter type game.
Okay, we gotta get out of here. It wasn't supposed to go down this way. What have I done?
Like I was telling you guys, we could use our pet in combat as well. Here's one example of that. And again, it's just so fluid. It's, you just got to look in the general direction, can send him in, and then go and, you know, melee folks down while they're distracted. And you'll see how we use this against multiple enemies to avoid alarms being set off in the future as well.
Who is this?
Crimson Dawn's got its eye on you, Kay. Don't disappoint.
Now here, not only is there your ship that you can fly with, but you also have speeders that you can do some ground travel. I don't think I ended up recording too much of that, but here you have the different criminal networks and reputation. As I was saying, you can choose on basically who you support. The actions that you choose will have consequences with the other factions, allowing for that replayability. Starting off with those three factions with Crimson Dawn, the Hut, and the Pikes. And I didn't want to include any spoilers in here, but the amount of backstabbing and everything that happens is super cool in the storylines. You think you're doing something for somebody, and it ends up they're actually a double agent for somebody else. There's so much twists and turns where you never really know what direction you're going until it's all over, and then you got to kind of mop up the pieces. I love that it's not like a direct linear storyline that you already know what's going to happen in the future. You can be 3/4 through a mission and then all of a sudden, whoop, they throw a twist in for you. So love that they did that, made it unique to the questing experience and true to the Star Wars universe, playing an outlaw. So made it a lot more fun, a lot more interactable. Here we get our first look at space combat. Was really happy with the user interface. It's not too bulky, not too in your face, but it gives you a good idea of your shields, your health, and the amount of thrust and boost that you're using and everything like that. In a second here, you're going to see some of the combat and how fluid that can be. Took me a minute at first to get used to it, but having the ability to basically right click and chase makes it really easy. Here I'm kind of doing everything manually, where I'm steering, flying, shooting, dodging, everything manually, as opposed to just right clicking to lock in the pursuit mode, which would keep me basically in line and speed with them, and then just have to aim at the weak points. Would have made it a lot easier, and you'll see that a little bit later in the combat.
Wow. This thing can move.
Right? Now, let's get the rest of that cargo.
Traitor, you are in unauthorized space. Turn around or prepare to be fired upon.
Negative. Our Darius G-class freighter ran into some trouble. Had to switch to this ship for your, cargo delivery.
These small attention to detail as you approach the space station. You know, the TIE fighters come out and intercept you and basically escort you in. Thought that was really a really great attention to detail to give us to kind of tie the story together of why we're in a different ship and everything like that. So you see a lot of this throughout the game, where there'll be little nuances that'll come up and that'll present themselves that really pull the story all together and keep that level of immersion in, as opposed to us just approaching the star station, you know, with no questions asked. I thought that was really cool, and I know lots of games do this. That's nothing unique. It was just something I was like really happy with, to see that they went through this level of detail with everything.
Why do I feel like Alira is using us?
Because it's Crimson Dawn. She is.
The transitions between manually controlled flight to the cinematic flight is super seamless as well. Like it's not jarring. It's just it'll go from your camera angle and transition into a cinematic camera angle that'll like sweep up. It's nothing too jarring or anything, which is really like a really enjoyable experience when it came to transitioning between like flying, being on your speeder, into like melee combat, or into blaster combat or anything like that. All the transitions are very seamless between coming in and out of the cinematics. Now here's where I was telling you guys about multiple targets and using the pet to help you without setting alarms. So obviously we're in the middle of this space station. We have to do it completely stealth without setting off any alarms. There's people everywhere. There's guards, there's patrols, there's everything. So we're able to sneak and use our pet to help us take down enemies or subdue them.
You can't have pikes just wandering around this station.
Yes, which is why we don't. This is a tight operation. Wouldn't have been able to keep it up for this long.
Go get him, buddy. Have you completed?
Okay, data vault. It's in the maintenance bay. All right, let's get that door open.
Hey, Kay, the officer's inspecting the goods. You found the files?
No, keep her busy.
Now here you can see kind of how Waka's trying to have us turn heel.
You frame Crimson Dawn, tell Gorak everything, and get a big reward.
We said there's a lot of twists and turns, and this is just a small example of one of them.
Stopping her from cashing in on your death mark?
Hey, I never told you about my death mark.
Word gets around, Kay. Oh wait, she's coming back.
We're a little slow on crouching there, so he does notice us, but we close the door, we get ourselves into a position to deal with him, and then take care of him.
I don't like it.
Taking down Mix.
Those critters better be there when I get... Come on!
Now within the faction system as well, another part that I really enjoy is each faction has their own specific rewards at different tiers of reputation with them. So as you progress, you know, either the Crimson Dawn or the Huts or anything like that, they got like specific gear that will be a set of some sort. So one will increase your stealth, one will increase like your weapon damage, one will increase your damage with your pet, right? Like they're all different sets, they're different cosmetics, there's different blasters, there's all kinds of different stuff. So you can look through the factions, see which one, you know, what kind of suits your playstyle a little bit more, then try your best to build up your reputation with that faction. They're going to challenge you kind of every step of the way and see if they can sabotage your reputation with those, and they're going to make it real convincing. So it's up to you on how you want to play it, but makes it a lot of fun and a really dynamic questing experience as well throughout everything. Now here you see me switch between a couple of the different weapons that are available within the like battlefield area, if you will. They'll have sniper rifles, blasters, you know, then you always have your personal blaster on you. So yeah, there's so many different ways to actually like do each mission. Like there, I probably should have went with the cargo cart. That would have blocked all the fire from these incoming like heavy blasters and everything like that. But instead, I choose to try to fight my way through it all until I finally realize that they're not going to stop coming and make my way onto the ship. But overall, the combat is so fluid. The way you're able to use cover, try to flank, use grenades, use your pet. There's just so many different ways to tackle it. I can send the pet over to go blow up some of those barrels. The combat style is kind of, you know, whatever you want to do, right? Do you want to rush forward, blasters blazing? Do you want to be more sneaky about it? Do you want to, you know, distract one enemy with your pet while you go and take on the others? There's so many ways to handle it, and it makes it so much fun. Again, another transition right into a cinematic, and then we're gonna have some more aerial combat coming up here. But overall, I'm just really pleased with the game. I love the way the quests are structured, the way that there is good and bad consequences to your actions, that it's not a linear quest line. Like the big thing that they've promoted with this is that it's an open world environment, and you truly can go kind of anywhere and everywhere with the speeder.
We can make it.
One thing I will recommend with the speeder, guys, once you get there, is there's an option to change it from mouse steering to disable the mouse steering that comes by default. I found it extremely hard. On console, I feel like it would be a lot better, but if you're a PC player, turning off the mouse steering definitely makes your life a lot more enjoyable. Mouse steering is definitely unique. I've never seen it in any other game the way they do it here. But it is so sensitive that I was crashing into everything and flying all over the place, and it was just an absolute mess. I should have included some of that on this video, but unfortunately did not get any of that recorded, so we'll have to leave that for a later video. But again, the overall, pleasantly surprised. Love the way the combat is. Love the how smooth the space flying was. Love the combat system. The questing system, again, having that positive and negative kind of implications to your actions, making, you know, you actually think about what you're doing in your quests and how you go about them is awesome. It's not mindless, it's not repetitive, it doesn't feel like every other RPG out there. Really makes it unique, and there's so many options for like side quests and everything like that, and explorations options to just explore these beautifully vast worlds that I was really surprised that we only had a few days to play it. I was out of town with some sick family members, so out of the multiple days that we had to play, I was only able to play, unfortunately, about 2 days off and on, so while I was dealing with some family stuff. But overall, again, I'm super excited for this game. I can't wait for it to come out. I will be buying it, I will be playing it, I will be streaming it, and I will create some other video for you guys. If you have any questions in the comments, guys, please feel free to ask. Always willing to answer any questions that you guys have. Would love to get feedback from you guys. It's been a while since I did a YouTube video, so I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes, but we're back. We're getting videos out again, and I'm super excited to create some more for you. Another huge shout out to Ubisoft for letting us play. It was a ton of fun, and I truly enjoyed it.
Okay, are we good?
We're all clear. Let's get back to Miragana. Quick.
Boosters on!
And there you guys have it. There's my first look at Star Wars Outlaws. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it. Again, a huge shout out to Ubisoft for giving us this early access and allowing us to play the game a few days early to show you guys what you have to look forward to. I know I've already pre-ordered it, and I can't wait to jump in on launch day, and I hope you guys enjoyed as well. As always, please, all comments are welcome. I respond to as many of you guys as I possibly can. So if you enjoyed the video, you made it this far, and you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps more than I could ever possibly ask for and say. So thank you guys again. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of one another. Bye-bye.